fluffy ones. Thank you, Gaz, Daniel, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a boisterous uni rabble on the tables over there. For those of you who don't know me, no, I'm not the cross between Matt Letizia and Gonzo from the Muppets. I'm David, Gaz's best man, and I apologize in advance for any offence I cause. For those of you who do know me, please be nice and laugh as I instructed earlier.
I'm on it, baby.
I'd just like to explain myself with regards to Gaz's accusations of cheating and the uni coursework. And also share the news that the other person I got caught cheating with was Mr. Whiter than White, and that's not his complexion. Gaz Llewellyn. The funny thing was that we were both rubbish at it, and we got Alex Lewis, the world's best programmer, to have a course with 4 of us, and we both changed it to try and make it look different. And we were in the class, and our names were on the board, and we were sat at the back, and our names were on the board. It was our top mark. Anyway, next thing you know, the guy calls us in the front and says, you two, your course is very alike. You think you have the cheating? And we were like, never, not a chance. Anyway, he said, do you want to split the marks, or whoever did the work can have the full marks? Anyway, Gaz tried to claim full credit. But it was a long time ago. I was young, naive, and I was absolutely rubbish at programming. So I'll go on to my speech now, which is all my own work. May I thank you all for coming and for sharing Mike and Julie's special days. Come on. Doesn't get any better than this. First, I'd like to say what an absolute pleasure it is to be Gaz's best man. Gaz asked me to be best man after a pretty boozy day in Gloucester for the rugby, and I didn't hesitate to accept. Although asking me after you'd already asked the barman, the fencer, the bloke in the kebab shop, and my very own father. I wasn't particularly keen on the speech aspect of the best man. I was looking forward to it throughout the day, and it's a bit of a nerve-wracking experience standing up here in front of all you lovely looking people. Thanks, Vic. But my wife, who sat over there in a green dress, looking beautiful today. She noticed most of the talk about the two of us. Seeing as we've been married now for 2 years, I thought it'd be a good chance to see my voice work for most of the time. Then being interrupted. Or Zumba dance in front of. If you don't know what I mean by that, see you on the You can also be assured that I've taken this speech writing seriously. I even had a practice run through in front of a live audience. It was at an old people's home close to where I live. It's not a joke. I think it went very well. Most of the audience pissed themselves anyway.
Oh my gosh. It's going well.
My wife gave me great support in this speech, and I've read it to her numerous times over the last week, months. But she did surprise me last night, just before we went to bed. She said, Dave, can you read me your speech again? I was like, have you heard it enough now? She went, yeah, but I'm having trouble to get off to sleep. So I need a hand. Boof. I can use it. There's Boo. Body Dave's our Boof is actually known to most of us. Just come home from Australia after 18 months away. He's shocked to know he's a pretty humble, shy sort of guy. So on his behalf, I'd like to express his happiness and gratitude that so many of you turned up this welcome home party. I do think that Gaz and Paris are a bit overdressed for the occasion. I have to be honest, over the last few weeks, even months, I've been having butterflies in my stomach. Really excited about today. It's the main event of the year. I was so excited last night, as Jodie will agree. I couldn't sleep. I woke up, sickly feeling in the stomach. Couldn't eat my breakfast this morning. I just couldn't wait to get back to my room, turn on the TV, and start to watch the Olympics. Cheers, Vic. How you doing?
You owe me a fiver.
It's a sweet, innocent lady. She In fact, he's a living daylighter to me. And probably some of the other boys she lived with in England. I know she doesn't. You don't want to get on the wrong side of her. So I asked her for a list of do's and don'ts about making a speech, what not to include, what to include. So the first one is don't be drunk. Don't swear. Don't take the mick out of the Scottish. Don't mention any of Gaz's ex-girlfriends. Don't mention any of the embarrassing things she did in uni. Before I go any further, I'd just like to take a minute to echo Daniel and Gaz's thank yous. First, the bridesmaids were all looking absolutely stunning today and have done a great job in looking after Caris and making sure she gets to the chapel on time. As for Caris, she looks absolutely beautiful today. Man to really call her his wife. Thanks also to the bride and groom's parents and Daniel, Sue and John, without whom none of this could have happened today. And of course, Gaz and Caris, or Garris as some of you affection. For all the efforts they put in the last few months and weeks planning to prepare for today. When I say Gaz and Caris, I really mean Caris. We all know who the boss is, right? You can just see it now, Caris there with a clipboard. But they've done a brilliant job today. I've even heard that the Olympic Committee headhunting Caris to organise it. But I honestly think that everyone agreed they've done an incredible job today in making it such a special day.
Yeah.
Even more impressive, given the fact that Caris got a new job, which everybody's congratulations on that, and the fact they bought a house in Wales and finally getting to move away from England. And last of all, on behalf of the entire wedding party, I'd like to thank you all for coming to share in this wonderful occasion. In advance, for being with me and laughing at my lame jokes and stories. I think the turnout of people here today who have travelled all over Scotland goes to show just what great mates and family Gaz and Caris had.
Yeah.
Who will do anything for a free three-course meal. I probably should say that Gaz and the Eshes have scrubbed it pretty well. I mean, none of us are known for being fashionable, working in the IT industry. But I think we are looking pretty dashing today. We did have a minor worry with Gaz and suits. Myself, Gaz and Rob went to Swansea for a fitting. We were concerned, as last time Rob was an usher, he split his the backside of his pants. His old with a dance move. So if you see him on a dance later, just give him a bit of distance. Anyway, we got fitted and the suit fit the measures. He measured our waist first, fine, not a problem. Then he measured our seat, which I've never had done before. Apparently that's your bum size. So the bloke in the shop measured me and Gaz. Pretty boring, aren't we? 32. And then when we went done, he said, blokes generally have the same waist size as seat size, which I didn't know. Anyway, Rod was next up. The bloke measured his waist. 32. Rod was breathing in. Anyway, next comes Rod's seat size. So the bloke called over his mate on the extra long tape measure, and it was like a 36 or 38 seat. And the fitter was really taken aback. Next, you know, he's making a few phone calls. He managed to get a pair of Jennifer Lopez's trainers. A few of you may be wondering why Gaz isn't wearing a kilt today. After all, he's marrying a Scottish lady in a Scotch castle. I think he was planning to, but aside from having to get those pasty skinned chicken legs ready, Cara said it'd be good for Gaz to wear the trousers for one last night. I'm done. Whilst today is primarily about celebrating the wonderful marriage of Gaz and Caris, it's on days like this that we should remember those who we've lost and we can't make it to the wedding. So can we just all go stand a minute? Those of you can. And just raise a toast in respect of Gaz's hair, which I'm
Brilliant! Brilliant! That's the best. My arms are take over. Just holding it up.
I've known Gaz for about 12, 13 years now, and he's like a brother to me, although the paler, less good looking one, with a smaller nose, and less hair. He's one of the people I can phone up for a chat whenever I need a bit of advice, or just a friendly voice on the end of the phone. Although I did have to change my mobile phone package to include 3 calls to Gaz's number, as we all know, he takes an absolute age. But in fairness, he brightens everyone's day up, I think, when he speaks to them, especially at the end of the conversation when he says goodbye.
That's so true.
I was really struggling to come up with funny stories like Gaz, mainly because, unfortunately, he's a nice bloke, but he's not a funny bloke. Except to look at. But I didn't know him in his younger years of his life, so I asked some of his friends, Gary and Duncan, plenty of stories. But unfortunately, they said, Dave, you haven't missed much. He was pretty nondescript back in those days. But they did mention the nickname of Ballhead in school. So I think we need to update that to Chrome over Gaz or something. A few of the guys didn't offer much help and said, Gaz, funny stories as if. Good luck with that, Dave. Good luck with that, Dave. It's going to be a pretty short speech. Now, Gaz works in the IT sector. That's how we all sort of met. But he's not your stereotypical computer geek. I googled what your stereotypical computer geek is, and it says bad fashion sense, pretty boring, tells uninteresting stories, wears glasses. But as you can see, Gaz doesn't wear glasses. All I can do is Vicky. Keep really going with it. When I was asking best man, what their actual role of best man was. Organise a stag do was top of the list, and as the boys who came on the stag do can see with the help of my folder here, we managed to give Gaz a pretty good send-off. What I didn't realise though was that Gaz saw the stag do as an opportunity to get in shape for the wedding. He was a pretty skinny bloke anyway. But by being sick after literally everything ate and drank, when he came back 1 stone lighter and a 6-pack Peter Andre really proud of. Hence he came back with the nickname of Bulimic Gaz or Gaz Llewellyn. As the saying goes, what goes on tour, unfortunately, stays on tour. And being a tour traditionist, I have to avoid with that. So it's with great regret I can't stop telling the story of Gaz proudly donning an English rugby top thanks to Andy, and cheering on England every point in the rugby. Or Gaz setting a world record for the slowest eating of a burger in Sheffield on Saturday. The lady at the time was closing, so I took all day. I can't tell you the story of Gaz wearing a Scotch kilt outfit with pride and becoming rather addicted to stroking his oversized prosthetic member, which came attached to the kilt. Or Gaz throwing up the contents of his breakfast into a drain in the middle of Birmingham's main shopping street. Hence the nickname of Drain. Or Gaz having to take numerous pit stops during a non-stop karting session to throw up. I'm pretty good, I can't tell the story of Disco Gaz, as he's affectionately known to most of us. Challenging a gay German guy to a dance-off in the club. Ended up looking like a scene out of Dirty Dancing. But the story I'm a bit I don't really want to tell is about Gaz jumping into bed with a lady on a Friday night. I know. Luckily for Paris though, it was a Paris lookalike who had slightly hairier legs. As best man on which I managed to do. Get Gaz to the chapel on time, which I managed to do. And get into the chapel sober, managed to do. And get into the church looking presentable. Well, 3 out of 4 isn't bad. I know I'm the best man, but I'm not a miracle worker. Fair play though, this morning Gaz did have, I can't really somebody here this morning, but it's pretty damn shame that he left it in the hotel room. I'd like to tell a bit of a story of how Gaz and Karis met. And a bit like a speech, it was a bit of a slow burner. Just to go ahead and get going. How I met Gaz. First day in uni, and I was sharing a flat with Roger over there, and we went out to our induction day. And I noticed this sort of quiet, shy, overawed man stood in the corner, who we later discovered was from North Wales. So he's probably in shock at the sight of cars, television, and electric lights. Sorry, I'm making enemies here. We went in on the first night to watch Everton against Liverpool, and I found Gaz was an Everton fan, but I haven't held that against him. Over the years in uni, we formed a couple of tables over there. We all formed a close-knit group, and we've most years we meet up, go camping and everything else. Karis lived with us as well, but unfortunately Gaz lived with a few other mates from uni. But every tea time, us boys in the house, not unfortunately that side, just because I live with someone. Every tea time, us boys used to cook together. Pasta bolognese, beans on toast, your general staple uni diet. But there was always a knock on the door. And when it wasn't the police looking for Rod, or one of the local kids looking to sell us a mobile phone, or washing for cash, it was Gaz. Gaz was stood there with a pole, arms outstretched, like Oliver Twist, ready for his tea. And it's another nickname of Tea Time Gaz. In the evenings, we all used to sit in rooms, play my computer, listen to music, smoking drugs. Gaz would spend all this time with us. Yeah, I'm one of the lads, you're cool, yeah. And then he started taking sort of prolonged toilet breaks. We won't show whether there's anything to do with our cooking or our unhygienic kitchen. He said, I'll be back in a minute, He used to come back half hour later, smelling of haggis. I'm whistling along so I would walk 500 miles. It was pretty much then that we worked out that Gaz and Karis were doing the night out. Shortly after they sort of got together, we came out and that Gaz was ever so proud having his first girlfriend. And he used to take Karis back from North Wales most weekends to show her off. At least that's what I thought he was doing when he said he was going to bang her every weekend.
Good enough?
Sorry? He used to take it back to North Wales every weekend. At least that's what I thought. That's what I thought he said when he said, I'm going to bang her every weekend.
I've got a few little emails to read out like that. To Karis, wishing you all the best on your wedding day. Can I please have my dicky boat and my baby oil back? There's a topless butt left on the hen.
Katie's got his number. And his pants.
So Gaz, hope you had a brilliant day. I'm so glad you supported my hairstyle for your wedding. Let Bobby chat on. And seriously, Gaz leaves here today with a beautiful, charming. I thought teachers had good handwriting. Intelligent, funny lady. And Karis leaves here. Well, with Gaz. I think it's best for me to offer a few wise words to the group on how to survive married life. I've been a married man of 2 years now. Happily married man, I'm going to say. I'm in a good position to have some advice. Firstly, I'd like to highlight the importance of getting on with your mother-in-law. I I haven't spoken to my mother-in-law for over a year now. I don't like her, I just don't like to interrupt. Secondly, always remember the 3 key phrases. You're right, Caris. Sorry, Caris. No, it looks lovely, Caris. It's great to see that love they have for each other is really pure and simple. Caris being so pure. That's not a joke. Like Gaz, well, Gaz being so simple.
Hey!
All jokes aside, Gaz is a top bloke, and I'm really lucky to have him as a best mate. The fact I struggle with stories about Gaz, I just have to focus on his hair, will show what people think of him. Nobody had a bad word to say about him. I love him to bits, I'm not ashamed to say that. Have been really good friends to me. I couldn't be happy that the two of them have got married today. It's obvious to everyone here how much they love each other, and I've been lucky to see this love grow and blossom over the last 11, 12 years. And they're such a perfect match for each other. I've been privileged to be their mates for 12, 13 years, and I can't wait to be your friends for many more years to come. So I know you're all starving, but I'm sweating buckets here. So it gives me immense pleasure to invite you all to stand for one last time. Raise your glasses in a toast to love, laughter, and happy ever after. And may all your ups and downs be between the sheets.
Gaz and Caris.